What if I told you the reason your desires haven't manifested yet is because of one invisible habit that's been blocking everything? And once you break it, everything can start shifting. Not in months, not in years, but in days, sometimes even hours. This might sound like a secret, because most people never realize it, but it's simple. It's all about what you think when no one's watching. The thoughts you let live in your mind shape the world you live in. And in this video, I'm going to guide you through how to clear the negative patterns that are lowering your vibration, and finally open the path for what you truly want to come into your life. So, before we go deeper, take a second now to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below if you're ready to shift your energy and receive everything you've been waiting for. Now, let's begin. You might not realize this, but the thoughts that live quietly in the background of your mind are shaping your entire reality. They're not loud. They're not always dramatic. Sometimes they show up as a whisper, a doubt, a silent fear you don't even speak out loud. But those little thoughts, they are powerful. They're creating the vibration you send out into the universe, and that vibration is what determines what comes back to you. So let's take a breath and ask something simple, but deep. What are you thinking when no one's watching? What do you tell yourself when you're lying in bed at night, when your guard is down, when the world gets quiet? Because those are the thoughts creating your reality. You see, manifestation isn't just about visualizing a better life. It's not just about saying affirmations or scripting or journaling once in a while. Those tools are beautiful, but they only work when the foundation, your mind, is aligned. And the truth is, most people don't realize they're carrying around negative beliefs every day that are canceling out everything they're trying to manifest. They're asking for love, but deep down they're repeating thoughts like, I'm not good enough, or no one ever stays. They're visualizing money, but behind the scenes they're worried about bills, about survival, about whether they'll ever feel secure. And that creates a contradiction. The vibration is split. The request is blocked, because you can't manifest from fear and attract abundance. You can't manifest from unworthiness and call in love that reflects your value. The universe doesn't give you what you want with your words. It gives you what you believe with your energy. So if your thoughts, especially the unconscious ones, are filled with doubt, shame, guilt, fear, resentment, or lack, that's what the universe picks up on. It's like ordering a beautiful meal from the universe, and then secretly telling the waiter to cancel it before it even reaches your table. Now I know that can sound frustrating, but here's the good news. Once you become aware of the thoughts that are working against you, you can change them. You can catch them. You can replace them. You can train your mind to support your desires instead of sabotaging them. But first, you have to slow down enough to listen. So let's do that now. Start noticing your reactions throughout the day. When something doesn't go your way, do you immediately go into panic, into self-blame, into worst-case scenario thinking? When someone compliments you, do you accept it or brush it off? When you think about your goals, do you feel excited or secretly overwhelmed and doubtful? These are clues. They're not punishments. They're not judgments. They're invitations. They're signs from your inner world telling you where healing is needed. Because manifestation isn't just about getting things. It's about becoming the version of you that's ready to receive them. And that version of you doesn't live in fear. That version trusts. That version knows her worth. That version has trained her mind to focus on possibilities, not limitations. And here's the truth. Your thoughts are habits. They're not facts. Just because you've been thinking something negative for a long time doesn't mean it's true. It just means it's been repeated often enough to feel familiar. And your mind loves familiarity. But you're not here for the familiar. You're here to evolve, to expand, to rewire your mind for the future you want, not the past you survived. So let's talk about the most common negative thought patterns and how they delay manifestation. The first is fear of failure. This one shows up subtly. You say you want to try something new, but then you hear that little voice saying, "What if it doesn't work? What if I embarrass myself? What if people judge me?" So you don't take the step. You pause, you hesitate, and the opportunity passes by. The next is self-doubt. You start manifesting, you do the work, but after a few days you start thinking, is this really working? Maybe this is silly. Maybe I'm just pretending. And so you stop. You stop halfway through the process, and manifestation requires consistency. It requires trust beyond logic. Another common thought is comparison, looking at what others have and thinking, why them and not me? This lowers your vibration instantly. It puts you in the energy of lack, of competition, of resentment, and the universe doesn't flow well in that state. Then there's unworthiness, the thought that says, I don't deserve this, I'm not ready, I'm not enough. This one is heavy and dangerous because it teaches you to reject your blessings before they even arrive. But listen, none of these thoughts are you. They're programming. They were installed in childhood, from parents, teachers, media, society. They were repeated, not because they were true, but because they were loud. And now it's your job to decide which ones stay. You are the observer. You are not your thoughts. You are the chooser of thoughts. You are the one with the power to decide what you continue to believe and what you release. So the next time you notice a thought that feels heavy, limiting, or fearful, pause. Ask, is this thought helping me become who I want to be? Or is it keeping me stuck in who I used to be? If it's the second, let it go. Replace it. Say out loud, even if you don't fully believe it yet, something like, I am safe to receive. Good things are coming. I am open to miracles. I am not my past. I am the creator of my reality. The repetition will rewire your brain. And over time, the old thoughts lose power and your energy rises because your vibration is your responsibility. You cannot always control what happens, but you can always choose your response. And every thought is a response. Every thought is a signal. Every thought is either moving you closer to your desires or further away. So choose wisely. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to never feel doubt or fear again. But you do need to become conscious. You do need to become more committed to your future than you are attached to your past. That's the shift. That's the work. And you are more than capable of it. You've already started just by listening. You're already shifting by becoming aware. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Your mind is not your enemy. It's your most powerful tool. Train it. Feed it thoughts that support you. Surround yourself with words, sounds, people, and content that lift you up. Guard your mental space like you would guard your home. Because your thoughts are sacred. They're magnetic. They are creating. Right now. Always. And that means, no matter how long you've carried the weight of negative thinking, you can start again. Right here. Right now. The universe responds to the now. Not the past. Not the future. Just now. So right now, choose a new thought. Something simple. Something light. Something kind. And hold it in your heart for a moment longer than usual. Let that be your new habit. One better thought at a time. That's how we rise. That's how we manifest. That's how we meet our future fully aligned and completely open to receive. And now that you understand how your thoughts shape your vibration, let's go a step further. Let's talk about how to stay in a high vibration, not just for a few minutes, but as a way of life. Because that's where the magic happens, not when you're forcing it. Not when you're pretending, but when you truly shift the way you live and think. So, here's something you need to remember before we dive into the techniques. You are not failing if you have a bad day. Let me say that again. You are not failing if you feel down sometimes. You're not doing it wrong if you cry, if you feel sad, if something heavy happens and it knocks you out of alignment. That's part of being human. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about returning to your center, returning to your truth, returning to the vibration of who you really are over and over again. So now, let me give you some techniques. Simple, real, powerful, and most importantly, sustainable. Because you don't need more pressure. You need practices that feel like home. Let's begin with the first one, gratitude. Not just writing down 3 things and rushing off to your next task, but real, embodied gratitude. Pause, breathe, feel it. Feel the texture of your blanket, the light coming through the window, the way your body breathes without you having to think about it. The people who love you, the small, ordinary miracles you've stopped noticing. This is how you raise your vibration, by actually feeling what's already working in your life, even if it's just one thing, even if it's just your heartbeat. The second technique, presence. Negative thoughts often come from living in the past or fearing the future. But manifestation, it only works in the now. Your vibration is not something you store in advance. It's something you emit right now. So try this. Right now, feel your body. Notice your breath. Say quietly, I'm here. I'm safe. I'm open. This is your anchor. This moment is your power. Third, movement. You want to change your energy. Move, dance, stretch, go for a walk. It's not about exercise. It's about shifting your frequency through your body. Because your body holds on to emotions. It remembers. It stores. And when you move, you allow those emotions to move too. You shake off what doesn't belong. You remind yourself, I'm alive, I'm free, I choose. Fourth, sound. Sound is vibration, and vibration affects your field. So use music that makes you feel powerful. Listen to 8 affirmations. Repeat mantras. Use your voice. Speak out loud. Say, I am worthy. I am abundance. I am love. You don't need to believe it right away, but say it anyway, because sound bypasses the mind. It moves directly into your energy field. Fifth, visualization. Now that you've quieted the noise, let's invite the dream, not from desperation, not from lack, but from clarity and joy. Close your eyes and feel your future as if it were now. What does the air smell like? Where are you waking up? What are you wearing? Who is next to you? See it all. Hear it. Touch it. You're not pretending. You're remembering, because your soul has already lived it in another timeline. And now you're aligning with that version. Now let me tell you the sixth technique: compassion, not just for others, but for yourself. Be gentle. Be kind. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a child learning to walk. You wouldn't scream at a toddler for falling. So why do you do that to yourself? Progress isn't linear. It's a spiral. You revisit old patterns, but from new levels. So when you slip, when you spiral, when you forget, forgive yourself and come back. And finally, the seventh technique: consistency. This isn't a one-time fix. This is a practice, a lifestyle, a devotion. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't wait for them to rot. You brush every day. Vibration is the same. You don't wait to feel low to tune in. You do it daily, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Because that's when you rewire your reality, not when it's easy, but when you choose alignment in the middle of chaos. That's power. That's transformation. Now take a breath and remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer. You are the chooser. You are the creator. It's okay to have low moments. It's okay to doubt. But don't live there. Return again and again and again, because your vibration is your signal, and the universe is always responding. So tune your signal, raise your frequency, and watch what shows up. You're not here to beg for crumbs. You're here to receive the banquet. It's already yours. All you have to do is remember who you are. Pause. Feel that. Let it land. And if this message found you at the right time, leave a comment and let me know. What are you manifesting now? And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel for more messages like this. You deserve to live a life that feels aligned, abundant, free. Now go out there and vibrate at the level of the life you want. It's already waiting for you. So let's take a deep breath together. Inhale and slowly exhale. Let everything quieten for a moment. Just you and this energy. We talked about so much today. How your thoughts create your vibration. How negative thoughts aren't the enemy, they're just messengers. And how you always have the power to return to your center. We explored real tools: gratitude, presence, movement, sound, visualization, compassion, and above all, consistency. But even with all these techniques, there's one thing that matters most: that you're kind to yourself through it all. Because this isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware, being honest, and being willing to show up again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're not too late. You are awakening. And this moment, this exact moment right now, is proof that you're ready for more. You're ready to release the old programs. You're ready to let go of the weight you've carried for so long. You're ready to receive. So don't rush. Don't force. Just return. Return to your truth. Return to your vision. Return to the vibration of who you really are. And if this video spoke to you, if it reminded you of your power, if it opened a door in your heart, leave a comment and tell me, What's one thing you're ready to manifest? And don't forget to subscribe, because this journey is just beginning, and I promise you, there's so much more waiting for you. You are worthy. You are aligned. You are loved. You are already becoming the version of you that your future self is proud of. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep rising, keep choosing, keep vibrating. It's already happening.